Football, the fourth quarter edition. And I'm joined again with head coach Jerry Arledge and Coach Sterlington High School. I'm not sure if we've ever played Sterlington High School in a real game before. I haven't gone back and researched it yet. Jordan usually does all this research and sometimes have trivia questions. But talk about how this game came about with Sterlington High School.
Well, Coach Lee Doty and I have been talking probably ever since he has been the head coach over there about getting together and playing each other. And I should have known better, because he called me and said, "Well, I think it's time that we both have the open date in the first game of the season. And are you for playing?" And I said, "Absolutely. I think it'll be a great money game. I think we'll fill that stadium up." And not knowing that they had a lot returning off of their state championship team of last year.
Well, they got, of course, they are the defending 3A state champions.
That is correct.
And don't matter how many A's beside your name, when you got that many kids returning, and they were extremely good last year.
Yes.
I saw highlights and film of a lot of their ball games, and of course, we always pull for the area teams unless
Sure.
we're playing them, and
Sure.
it ought to be a great community matchup. The West Monroe community, the Sterling community is a growing community in
Yes,
that part of the
is.
parish, and it's just ought to be a good ball game Friday night.
Well, I hope we can make it a good ball game. We're very, as I mentioned earlier, they have probably a lot more starters returning than we do, but that's the only way you're going to learn how to play this game, is to get out there, and we want to always try to play the best competition possible. And when this game came about, I knew they were a good football team, and as we mentioned, returning state champion.
They're going to be ready to play.
They're going to be ready to play.
Coach, let's talk about the offensive coordinator of Sterlington, an old familiar person that all of us old Rebels know, and let everybody know who he is, and see if our viewing audience will remember this guy.
They'll remember Bobby Breen, quarterback of the first state championship
1993.
1993. And for many, many years, and he may still hold the record for a number of carries in the state championship game.
Wow.
Yeah.
And he is obviously has done an outstanding job at Sterlington High School.
Yes,
with their
he has. And they run exactly the same thing that Don Chow's ran when we first came over here.
So when you watch them on film, they look like the Rebels of old.
Looks like the Rebels of old.
Wow.
And they love to they've got some big old offensive linemen, and they aren't just big, they're good offensive line. They love to get in two tight ends and get pretty solid up there. Flanker, put that great receiver out wide and run the I formation and pound you. And every now and then, if you get lulled to sleep, they're gonna throw that ball deep to number 9.
And he's a pretty good hand. I saw that he was. I saw him the highlight film against Neville when he scored the touchdown on the slip screen. But I tell you, he's very fast too.
Yep, no
got
doubt
good
about
speed.
It. He got really good speed and great hands. He's just a big old target that can run, and the quarterback does not do a bad job either. Throwing the football.
He's a returning starter too.
He is a returning starter. Yes, he is. He surely is.
Well, the Rebels are going to have their hands full Friday night. It seems like both sides of the ball, defense and offense. And how's the mood of the kids been this week? Has it been pretty good? They excited about the home opener? It should be a huge crowd Friday night.
That's what I think. I think it'll be a great ball game from the fan standpoint. But yeah, as you mentioned, I think it'll be a great money game also.
Well, we
But
hope
but
we hope
but I
we
but
want to
our
win, but we want the Rebels to come out on top,
well,
though.
certainly we do.
Yeah.
Or I would every time we line up
We want to
with
win.
if you flip the lights on, you play to win,
Right.
and the lights were on last week, and we did win. So, and we've had a really good week of work this week. Uh, Pretty physical, uh, pretty a lot of conditioning, and our kids I think will respond. If they don't, they're going to get embarrassed. If we don't,
I
not they.
talked to Coach Osborne and Coach Davis, earlier in the segment, and they both, talked about some stuff that was correctable, the mistakes that we made
That's
against
right.
Ruston, and he said the good thing, although we had 4 turnovers, most of those are correctable things that happened that allowed Ruston to have 24 points, and so they took advantage of our turnovers. But the good thing is Coach Osborne said from the defensive standpoint, the passes, and Coach Davis said on the fumbles, the handoffs and the clamping down on the football, a lot of that stuff that was correctable. And now that y'all got a chance to watch the film, it was really, really good for the kids, I assume, going into this first game.
Well, that's as I mentioned over and over, that's the way you learn is from your mistakes, is by watching that video, and we had a lot to learn. but I know the kids will. We hope to improve over this game, and that's one of the main reasons we want to play it, and we gain that experience, and the only way you can do it is by playing great football teams.
Well, if you
Sterlington is a great team,
really good football
Yep.
team, and if you got 2 teams that primarily like to run the football or establish the run, both West Monroe and Sterlington, this could be a fairly quick ball game Friday night from a time standpoint with the clock moving. So I would say every possession for both teams will probably be a pretty critical possession.
no doubt about it, Stanley. I'm gonna have to get you one of those coaching cards.
I need one.
You've been paying attention, hadn't you?
Just a little bit, Coach. It's taken a lot of years, but just a little bit I have.
Yeah.
Well, just to remind everybody, Friday night, 7 o'clock, Rebel Stadium, Don Chow's Field. We have Sterlington High School coming over. It's going to be a great atmosphere for football. It's opening night. I want to encourage everybody that if you haven't got your season tickets to get season tickets or get your ticket and come watch this game Friday night. I think this Rebel group is going to be exciting to watch as they mature through this season, and we're all excited about Rebel football.
We are too.
All right, that'll about do it for Inside Rebel Football, and we will see you next Thursday night here as we talk about what happened last week and view our next week opponent. Coach Arledge, good to see you again. Looking forward to seeing you after the game Friday night. With Coach Jerry Arledge, I'm Stanley Dupuy. Good night, everybody.